I'm going to transform this $30 Walmart impact driver into a semi-automatic flywheel foam dart blaster. And the goal is to see how it compares to the stock Adventure Force blaster that costs $40 from Walmart. But before I dive in, I need to research how flywheel blasters actually work. After spending a few days deep in the rabbit hole of DIY mods and 3D printed foam dart blasters, I realized that the best way to learn about the mechanics of foam dart blasters is going to be by designing and building one from scratch. And after a few iterations, I ended up with this 3D printed foam dart blaster. It has all the key components: the flywheel cage, the magazine holster, and the trigger/dart feeding mechanism. I specifically designed this blaster to have high visibility to the mechanics to see how they all work together. I think it actually gives it a unique design aesthetic, and overall it was a pretty fun little side quest. If you'd like to build a foam dart blaster just like this one, you could download the STL files from my website for free. The link is in the description below. I will also leave a link for all the components used in the build as well. Now comes the real challenge: combining this impact driver with this 3D printed foam dart blaster into one Frankenstein-like contraption. And of course, finding out if it will outperform this stock Walmart blaster. First, I need to swap out the drill's motor with two flywheel motors. These will run off the drill's 12-volt battery and be controlled by its trigger. To test the concept, I removed the drill motor and extended the wires to connect to the flywheel motors on the 3D printed blaster. If all goes well, pulling the drill's trigger should spin up the flywheels. Now that I have a working proof of concept, it's time to dive back into the design phase to complete the transformation of turning an impact driver into a semi-automatic foam dart blaster. Here I have the finished product, and honestly, it came out a lot better than I could have imagined. Especially for my first time designing a foam dart blaster, I think it looks great. Now, if you're interested in building this project for yourself, make sure you head over to my website. There I have the 3D files available to purchase, as well as a list of all the hardware that is needed for this project. Now for a quick side-by-side comparison of the two blasters. As you can see here, the Adventure Force blaster is a little bit larger overall, and it has a little bit more lightweight, plasticky feel to it. I think that's one of the benefits of using a drill for the backbone of this blaster, is that you get the benefits of a quality build within the grip. So now you join me outside where we can test the performance of the two blasters. Here I got the Adventure Force and the HyperTough 3D printed blaster. And when I say performance, what I'm really interested in is the distance between the two. So I'll go ahead and fire a few rounds from each blaster and we can compare the performance and see how they stack up against each other. All right, let's start with the Adventure Force from 30 feet. Now the HyperTough from 30 feet. All right, now the Adventure Force from 50 feet. Now the HyperTough from 50 feet. Now for a quick hang time test. Now the Hyper Tough hang time test. Now for the Adventure Force max distance test. Alright, Adventure Force measured out to 50 yards. Alright, now the Hyper Tough max distance. Alright, and now the Hyper Tough measured out to 51 yards. Pretty much the same, but pretty good. Alright, now just to quickly wrap things up, I'm super happy with the way that the Hyper Tough blaster performed. I think it matched up well with this Adventure Force blaster, but I will say that the Adventure Force blaster trigger does perform a little bit better, a little bit more smoother, which gives you a little bit more of a rapid fire advantage. But overall, super happy with the way that this project turned out. Again, if you'd like to download and print this project for yourself, make sure you head over to my website. There I have the 3D files available to purchase. But yeah, thanks for watching.